Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Beginner's Guide. I was told this would be a good game to play whenever you hit, like, a writer's block or something. I haven't necessarily hit a writer's block lately, or I semi-have. I'm in the midst of writing The Protector Volume 2. All those that don't know, I've been rambling on incessantly about it. I will quickly put my plug in here. I've wrote a book, The Protector Volume 1. It's a dark fantasy original English light novel. Releases on January 10th, 2025 in paperback and ebook, and soon to be audiobook after that as well. The Protector is a story that I've been writing for several years. There was an original release back in 2018 that flopped, and I didn't enjoy it, I didn't like it, and I've got this new version out, which I am heavily focused on that and this currently, my YouTube channel. And I'm in the middle of writing Volume 2, and Volume 2 goes in a little bit of a different direction because it has the point of view of another protagonist that's I didn't write from the point of view of in Volume 1, and I'm having a little bit of blockage writing from that character's point of view. And I needed another game to play because I've now, in the month of December, played and finished Slay the Princess, Fairy Deer. I'm still in the monks of World End Economica, Chapter 1. There's 3 chapters of that. That game is never going to end for me. So I kind of, I've been going in between, doing World End Economica, then Slay the Princess, and episodes intertwined. And now I'm without a third game to play, in replace of Fairy Deer and Slay the Princess since I finished them. So this game, The Beginner's Guide, I thought I've had it installed for a while. It literally says, I think, it takes about an hour and a half to complete. So I thought, let's just do a 1-episode Let's Play of this. And just see where it takes us. Maybe it will encourage me to write more. I'm not too sure what to expect. So let's begin. That is bright. Please make sure audio is on. It is on. Don't worry about that. I can guarantee you that. WASD and a left click. Alrighty. I can do that. There's my mouse. You can't see the mouse, but I can see my mouse.
Hi there.
Hi.
Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide.
You're welcome.
My name is Davey Wreden. I wrote the Stanley Parable.
Oh.
And while that game tells a pretty absurd story,
Yes.
today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
A long time ago. Okay.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
Mhm.
Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff.
Okay.
And his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make.
Right.
So just to start you off, this is, I think,
Whoa.
the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You
Oh.
can walk around here, by the way. And
Oh, shit.
mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
There's a block up there.
But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level.
Yeah.
And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town,
Oh.
and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder.
It's a reminder that
what
it's a
was
video
going through
game.
his head
It's a
as he
video
was
game.
building this. This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves.
Okay.
I want to get to know who this human being really is.
Sure.
And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Oh, we're going to learn about you, are we?
So, it's 2008. Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet. He just makes them and then immediately
Well, this isn't a game,
abandons
this is
them,
a
and they
level,
sit on
but-
his computer forever.
I get what you mean.
And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since.
Yeah, right.
And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again.
Fair enough.
And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda.
Yeah, okay.
So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Each game is loading. I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Okay, this is actually, very interesting approach. It's less of a game, more oh! Oh, good. Oh, God.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Yeah, it's a shooter. Fair enough. Okay. Very fascinating. I did not expect this sort of approach. This isn't really a game, it's just a story in the form of a game. It's the story in the form of a game. It kind of
looks like this game was abandoned mid-development.
Yeah.
For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere. But then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Oh, fair enough.
But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Oh, God.
Enemy force neutralized.
Yay!
You can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh, you can. This is such a meta narrative. This is fascinating. I like the sky. I like the space. Sorry, I like space. I sound very autistic when I say that. I like space. I don't know. This is such a meta game. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm sure there's a story that, like, all creative works deserve, like, are equally valid and deserve praise and attention.
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it.
Yes.
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
How about fuck you? I want to do it anyway.
Or, if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too.
Yay! Alright, let's do this. Alright. Nope. I'm glad they're giving me choices. I like choices. Is there a whoops I fucked up option? I actually might go back. How long do I have? I don't know. I guess I keep playing until I can't. Do they stay in the wall? Hey, dude. You know, I think he might have, like, upscaled the game, but, like, it does look pretty polished, at least. Like, all the games, I imagine. Like, 2008. This must have been polished for 2008. Yeah, alright, screw it. Let's just go back. Alright, cool.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting.
Sorry, I hit my mic.
The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering a whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Ha! Could you kill yourself, please? In a metagame narrative. Oh, God, I just fall over.
Pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level.
Right.
But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Oh. Do it again? Ha! Yeah, fair enough. Glitch. Oh god, I fucking ooey. I don't like
The game
this.
causes you to start floating.
I don't like this.
And this is an
I
important
hate going
learning
out of
point,
bounds in games.
because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you just had to traverse.
Hate going
I
out
don't
of
even
bounds
know.
in games.
I
It
have
just
no
makes me
idea what he was
uncomfortable.
thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental
It's
designs.
literally just...
So
No,
he stops
it's
work
not
on
straight.
this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Okay, sure. It's still November 2008. Man, he must have had a lot of time in November. The past was behind her. Alrighty. Yeah, okay, I'll be completely honest. This is not at all...
Yep, in this game you can only walk backwards.
You son of a bitch. I didn't get that until... Wow. That's nuts. Oh. There are cracks. They're ready. Keep going. This is cool. Oh.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Yeah? When she stops and looks. Oh, it becomes clearer. Oh, wow, this is really... This is, like... intense, in a way. If the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that.
No.
Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
I get that. It's still November. No! Don't tell me it's a Slender clone. Don't tell me it's a Slender clone. 2008's too early for Slender, isn't it? It definitely is. Slender, definitely too early for Slender. But it's just the music and the grass. Ah. Fuck.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Is there a sequel? I hope he makes number 2. December. Oh my god, he finally got out of November. November was productive.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
He likes the same font. Oh.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
No, for a guy that looks back at a lot of his old failures and oftentimes laments about what he could have done differently, the idea of just finishing something and then leaving it to die, like, it's difficult, but it's one of those things in life that is probably good for you, actually, to just focus more on the future. Like, as soon as Volume 1 of The Protector drops, like, and I've done all I can in regards to promoting it, I'm fully dedicating everything to Volume 2. I'm gonna fall off the stairs. Hey, don't slow me down. Don't be a dick. Why would you do that?
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Alrighty. What if I didn't press enter and just crawl the whole way? Should have done that. Oh. Stand on X to stand at the bit of 3. Oh god. No. Oh, it's his ideas. You are a gate. Series of lavish manuals coming to
A
you.
room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games. Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Dude, I have a list of like old notes of ideas that I need to convert to text that I can actually... Like, when I convert to text, I mean, say, convert to, like, type up. Because they're old sheets of paper and they're gonna burn eventually. Just as my data could be harvested online if I leave everything on my computer. Nothing is safe. My back hurts. I need a better back support. Random tidbits of knowledge about my life. My back is in incredible
this is
pain.
new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
What? Oh. Oh, wait a minute. An actual puzzle, you say? Oh, it's just a wall? Another wall? Interesting. Oh. Hold on. This is gonna sound dumb, but hold on. Ah!
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Oh, thanks for the spoilers, but... Fair enough. Yeah, this is... much like, okay, honestly, I should have known as soon as I heard that he made the Stanley Parable, I should have known it was going to be very meta. God, my back hurts. Sorry for complaining about it so much.
So that seems to be it, right?
No.
You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough.
No.
Right. Now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
I don't like that. Okay. Ah!
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
To exist and just experience everything. Oh, you son of a bitch. You are now exiting.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Okay. I'm struggling to understand the narrative right now, but like I still feel the narrative is like appreciating the smaller details and the finer things, because like everyone wants to be someone and create something.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine,
Yeah.
which determines what the game can and cannot do.
Okay, I know
So in
this.
other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Yeah,
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Fair enough. That is using the engine's
The tools
limitations
available
to
the
your
creator shape
best
what
knowledge.
kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider
No!
paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Alright. I'm not dead. Thank God for that. I was afraid of the dark. Is this the wait, what? Is this... Man, I'm... Oop. Great. Love that. Love that. Why have you done this? Mouse, come back to me. Mouse! Oh, there he is. Alright. Can I go in, please? Oh. Alright, fair enough. Oh.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
Oh.
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, thank you. I like games that
This
do
is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Well, that's a good spending of your time. Well done. But this, yeah, he sounds like an enigma, this guy. Then again, like, honestly, if you think about it, everyone has got like a small story like this that makes them substantial and unique, but no one ever hears it, and no one ever finds the time to hear it. So everyone's special in their own way. Damn it, my mouse. Alright, I'm back. I feel like I'm an SCP or something. Oh,
It's the puzzle again.
Yeah, it's...
With the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Bottom of the universe. Red. It seems like he just had a good time just making stuff. Like, isn't that kind of the goal? If you have a good time doing something, it's not really time wasted. As long as you had a good time. Maybe he just had a good time fucking around and making all these little games. Oh. Interesting. You there, did you come
Here,
up from
Coda
up
begins
above?
using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities.
Ooh.
Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Well, the Norse prison I spent hours in. That's cool. I've never seen this sort of chat function, actually. Do you have a puzzle? Oh. Yeah. Just tell us how you solved it. What? I didn't solve it. Someone else let me. Yeah, I don't know how I solved it. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. I guess. We must. Can you think harder? I mean, I can think. Thinking as hard as I can think. My brain already hurts. Oh? If you don't mind me. Fellas, I'm just gonna step out. Oh, what? Okay. Very weird. Was there a puzzle you had to... No, I've been here the whole time. Go to see the puzzle sometimes. Something to be solved. I think you see them playing space in the middle. Yeah, who are you? That is what I want to know. Go hang out there in the blackness for a bit. You may not like it at first, but it'll grow on you eventually. So don't solve the puzzle. Just go sit in the darkness for a bit. Alrighty. I can do that. I'm a big brave boy.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Okay, do you have to explain everything? I can see what's happening. Trying to explain what his ideas were. Sit in the darkness. Sitting in the darkness. I thought it meant like behind the trap door. Oh. So it literally is just a prison. I thought there was something more to this.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Okay,
We're going to see it in
sense.
the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea.
I'm questioning whether all this
And
is
as we
legit
go,
purely because
that
of
idea
how
will get
well
clearer
and
and
smooth
clearer
the game
and
runs for a game from 2008 and 2009. So I'm questioning it a little bit. Sorry, did you say something? Oh, you're fading me out. Okay, fair enough. But I understand it's trying to tell a message, so I'm not going to be condescending like that. I'm going to... The game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All the notes you see are left by other players. Really now? Okay, if that were true, there would be like 50 right here. Nice room, not? Yeah, look. Today's modern humor,
So
that
first
would have
off,
said
I'm sure you've
skibbity
introduced
toilet.
This, but this game is not connected to the internet.
Yeah.
All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very
Sacramento.
level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was
And
doing.
a weekend
So right away,
game
I was
jam.
like,
Alright.
I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
Yeah.
Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work.
Yeah.
I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Getting to know someone through their creative work is a good way of getting to know them, absolutely. You get a vibe of the character, that they themselves are, the type of person they are. I'm just so confused because you keep saying, "Oh, this is about Coda," and I'm expecting like a plot twist, like, "Psych, I'm Coda, motherfuckers," and I'm expecting a twist like, "I am Coda," and the guy who originally wanted to make this is dead, or just something like that. I don't know. I'm willing to shut up and accept whatever narrative they're trying to tell. I think the narrative is just like,
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again.
okay,
And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means.
can I drop?
Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
But hold on. Second door won't open. Oh, but this is the one where we're meant to just stand in the darkness.
Because there's this
isn't it?
dark area between the doors, a space between spaces. Before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Huh. Open up. Open wide. Didn't he say stand in the darkness for a bit? I'm just gonna try that. Is this guy talking? Would he just get talking sound effects from sound.org? Alright, I guess I was wrong. Orange hallway. Dude, that looks like the Senate. Maybe it is. Fair enough. Yeah, how do I leave notes? Lampposts and a bunch of typewriters. Oh, they're leaving notes. Ha 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 ha. Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything, I just need this. Oh. Whack. Porn stars die too. Wow.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kinda just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Porn stars die too. I mean, you're not wrong. You are correct. The fuck? Jump through the glass table, make an explosion. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Dude, that's the aesthetic I want in my house. Nice. I remember that. Yeah, okay, look, I'll be honest, the message of the game is I haven't got it yet. I'm not understanding what's happening yet. I am still a bit lost. I suppose that's okay. Maybe I'm not meant to understand. Oh!
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it.
No,
You
that's
just
cool.
walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Oh. Oh, the furniture. I'm sad. All furniture ought to go on the... Oh. Put a giant hole in the ground. I'm gonna... I mean, yeah. That's a glass table. That is not what I requested. It's a huge picture of a... I really like a washing machine. Let's put a huge picture of a horse. So they're not listening to what I say. That's fine. Light this room up a bit. Tesla coils in each corner. Yeah. That's close enough. One more. We have a table. Tables were invented in 1935. Yep. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh,
there's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Thank you for getting rid of that. I really... Alright. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Please follow instructions. First, click on this table. Go over to the picture photo frame and click it slightly. Now, turn the floor lamp in this room off, then turn it back on. Go to the left side sofa, move over a little. Finally touch the shelves. Oh, this is cool, actually. That's it. In the real prison, the escape will open. Now, turn to the start and it should be taken back to your prison. Yeah, alrighty. Thank you, game. White void, white void, white void. I hate it. This is so fucking bizarre.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Yes. How ironic.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen.
Well, that's kind of cool. But...
Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral.
Yeah.
And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Alrighty. Fair. Oh, where am I? Help me. Alright. This is nuts. Yeah, the prison isn't actually in it. It's just a fucking lamppost again. Oh god. Hello, who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me. So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep, I was in
the conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Yeah. Like, whenever you do anything creative, initially you're doing it for an audience of one, you're doing it for yourself. So, I understand. do I feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and things will be the exact same as before. Well, that's good. I'm glad you feel that way. Remember to enjoy being who you are right now. It won't last. Yeah, that's a good question. Did I get a call? I don't remember. What do I have to do? You need to tell me how you feel right now. That will free me. How does that work? Listen, you know you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. I'm so confused. I feel afraid that nothing will ever change.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Maybe I'm not smart enough to comprehend it, but I'm not.
If Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself.
Maybe it hasn't got there yet, but I have yet to understand the narrative. I'm just kind of
to me, this
blindly walking through
meant
it
to
currently.
represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
I want that door. Give me that door.
Just so you're aware, nothing will happen up here until you've been inside the house.
Well, what if I do it anyway? I want to waste your time and mine. Alright, I guess you're correct. Jump on the house, jump on the house. Can I get on the roof? I'm trying to do some parkour over here. Over car. Alright, yeah, I think I can do this. Damn it, fuck, that didn't work. Alright, fine. Fine. Nothing I want to do works anyway. This is bizarre. Well, that didn't close and make a noise in time. Clean. Do you want me to clean? There's pillows on the floor. Oh my goodness, I'm glad as heck that you showed up. Glad as heck. Well, I'm not cleaning this house by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Really? Make the bed. Bed. That's a kid. Oh, okay, so that's like a middle. Okay, that's cool. Nice. All the little details matter. How'd you end up getting this job? I'm trying. You're a cleaner? Someone put this couch in there. Yes, that's the first thing I saw. Yeah. I feel compelled to share some incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. I like cheese. I like my cheese drippy, bruh. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry, never mind. No, I want to hear it. I want to fucking hear it. Fuck! Alright, fine. Tell me your cheese. Tell me about the cheese. Is it triple cream brie? Is it cheddar? Is it blue? What is it? Scrub it down. Scrub it down. Scrub it down. Alright, tub to tub. Scrub. I fucking hate scrubbing like tubs and sinks. Where's my reflection? No! No, not real. Oh god. Hi. Books were scattered on the floor in the bedroom. Did I not do that? Oh. Ah, they're all just low-res textures. Wait, what is that? What is that I see?
After the intense set of prison
Is that-
rooms, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing.
Is that the Protective
It's the
Volume
moment
1?
after a particularly difficult
Holy
personal
shit!
experience
I should have
where
bought
you
it
just need to
when
let
it was
sit
available.
and digest inside of you,
Damn it!
and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Wait, what? Darling, let me tell you something. In your lifetime, you're going to clean a lot of houses, and among all those, a few of them will stick out as truly wonderful, beautiful experiences, and none of them will be the ones that were easy. Just something to think about when you smooth out the rug in the bedroom. I'm doing it
I know
again.
that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Well, that's good. So he had his good times and his bad, like everybody does. Nothing's better than, like, just being oddly happy for no reason. Like, you just feel happy. You got a nice feeling in your chest. I think I tidied up everything, my guy, except for this. Huh? Oh. Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. I don't know why I feel so weird about saying that. But there's a bit of truth in it, no? There is, I guess, yes. I've started to learn this, even just a few days into living by myself. I have to take care of this place. Books, oh my god, again? What are these? Where's my copy of the Protective Volume 1? Why is it on the floor? Why is the Protective Volume 1 on the floor again? It's ridiculous. Can't believe this. Those pillows over there on the couch are
I'm
real
glad he made
mess.
this. I'm glad he found some peace.
Yeah, absolutely. Making the hard parts of life a lot more simpler and nice and aesthetically pleasing. Is there a scary monster outside?
But, of
Not yet.
course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Yeah. I get that. Completely valid. No need to freak me out though, Jesus. Hello again.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Oh, disappeared. September 2009. Items you love
This
at
one
members only
gets a bit
prices.
goofy.
I like Goofy. Oh shit. What was it? I don't know. Why am I here? You tell me. Sure. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that in your own life? Who do you know is so well developed as a person that make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you into that person. Oh, perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. This is easy. It is so easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
Oh!
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
I don't want to. I'm staring into the abyss of hell. And I'm freaked out. I can't get away from it. You're torturing to try to find resolutions of you're not doing. Seek out the one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? There is no truth, there is no path. Do what is easiest, do what is simplest. Feel what is true. Nothing. No one.
I fell pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
I'm not going to think about that, but it's one reason why you should never stay angry at someone for too long. It's because everyone in their own lives has problems and issues. Like, everyone is going through
this one took a lot
something
longer
in
than
life.
all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Oh, that's cool. Can I perform like a ballet sequence? Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you will start leaning out against this wall. I'm so upset with my life. Of animals. Why? As you dream to photograph animals professionally, it is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her, but I'm looking at the ground. Oh god. Where is the bathroom? What are you doing? While reflecting, you're not saying what's actually on your mind. Stop dancing around it and have a conversation with this person. Do it again. Madam, I like you. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's what you need a better feeling of the setting. There was a lot of people around us. Give you props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. And torture again. Madam. But you must have worked really hard to get to where you are. You're messing it up. Well, how? I'm not you, my guy. You want to fight me, director? Mr. Director? You want to fucking fight? Oh, that's cool. No! No! Oh, that was fun. I wanted to play fucking Pong with myself. Alright. Oh, great. That's not intimidating at all. Hey, look. That kind of looks low res. Goodbye. Oh. I'm gonna keep going. Oh, that is the point. This is working. This is what it was like.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, The answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
June 2010. Yeah, we've... Mobius Trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that I have to keep my eyes closed. Fine, I'm going to keep my eyes closed. I'll be genuine. What? I'm just hearing... Oh, well, the screen is bright. I can tell that much through my closed eyes, but I'm not sure what's actually going to happen right now.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Oh, okay. I don't know. What is the solution? That is a good... Go out there. Door, elevator. Oh, what the fuck? I don't know. Elevator. Left elevator. There is a solution to this, he says. What's going on? Truth. Then I really stop to speak something that is honest. My work is always fun. No, that isn't truthful. That's the second one. The second one! The second one! Alright, do it again. Truth. The only way to stop it is to speak something that is honest. I can't keep making these. Yeah, I mean...
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Definitely,
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
So it's taking him longer and longer to finish games. Whether it's because he's just not feeling it, whether it's because of depression or writer's block. Oh. Where am I? Oh. Is anyone there? Oh. My mouse is not working again. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I am. Oh. Damn, that prompt number 2. When I try to create, I feel empty. Sometimes that actually hits. I fucking vibe with that. Holy fuck. Wow. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I need to see it to know why it stops. Weird sounds of water. I can take you to it, but there is a problem. It's guarded by a
Coda
difficult
talking
puzzle.
explicitly about his creative frustrations. This one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on. You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way.
No.
You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
This is a bit funky. I don't like this.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
No, absolutely not.
This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this was the worst thing for me. I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it.
Can't leave.
I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop.
No.
After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
For like I got a lot to say about it, but I don't know how to formulate the words. It's like you spend so much time in your own bubble doing your own thing that you're the only one aware of it, and it drags you down because you're letting it drag you down, and you're not like, if you're not having fun with something, why do it? But some people push through because they think it's all they can do. Like, there are plenty of times where I don't have fun writing, but I keep writing because it's just one of those things you have to do to get something out there. You captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin that interrogation whenever you like. I tend to be brutal. Very good. Just be warned there's someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. One more thing you should know about the machine is it calls itself Coda. It's very, so self-referential of, they're calling themselves the machine.
And of course, it's the machine.
It's their fucking brain. I don't like any of these options, I'm just saying. Oh god, this is all of this is just bad. Bad. My mouse again, I'm sorry. Fucking mouse. Please, mouse. Mouse! Oh my god, my mouse. You know what? This is such a bad timing. If the mouse doesn't fix itself, I don't have any spare batteries. Mouse, yay! God damn it, that was bad timing. Okay. So, Coda is speaking through the game about how they hate themselves, I suppose. It's no good. It's no good at all. We do not need its games. We are not failures. Why would you be the failures? Oh no, don't do that. Oh. The stage show of your life. You in the front row? This is just a mesh of all the games now.
Remember, you can click to fire the gun.
Yeah, but where am I shooting? Oh. Well, thank you for that. I'll make sure you are known forever. Cool.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realized that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him?
And
If he
that's
could
what
see the
you've
difference
done
it would
with
make
this?
to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Yeah, but... Oh, that's
So I
balling.
started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
But he would still feel rough.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something...
But he didn't want that.
I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
But he didn't appreciate it.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Okay. If this is just about Coda's life, then fair enough. If there is some sort of message you want to retain, I am currently failing
And
to
this
retain
is where I
it.
have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Yeah, that thing is gonna close. Can I stand under it? Jeez. Oh god.
This room actually has a maze in it.
It's like a supervillain's lair. Oh.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible.
I
And
didn't
then
like
every time you
that.
touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
That's that.
But I do want to show you the rest of the levels. So
I might
when you're
need
ready
to include a
continue,
seizure
press
warning.
Enter, and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Yeah, I might need to put a seizure warning in for those. Jesus Christ. That's not good. Interesting way of a man trying to
And to be fair, it's not like this is
reveal
the first
himself
game that's needed some modification
through
to
games.
be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Yeah.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code.
Oh.
Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Oh, come on. 69,420 is way funnier. I liked 69,420. I thought that was funny. Because I'm still a child. Oh, my mouse! My mouse! Alright. Mouse, you just need to make it through the last, like, 10 minutes of this game. I need to go buy batteries tomorrow. 7? Yeah, 7. Sweet. I love growing staircases. Oh, I missed the stairs. Alright. Hell.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress.
Well, that's
and it's
helpful.
scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Feel like a failure
Was I a
when
failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't. I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up? I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Wow. 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 Okay. Holy shit.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally, for a moment, while I had that, I liked myself. And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to
Ooh.
be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Yeah, low points are part of the process. That is true. Ooh. The fact you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. Dude, that fucking damn. Get roasted. That is so true. Holy shit. Mouse, don't conk out on me now, Mouse. I need you, guy. No, Mouse. Mouse, please, we're at the end of the game. Mouse. Yay. Alright, good. Alright, good. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with that you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself. That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me?
Yeah, well, maybe because it's not your work.
I know that I did an awful
It's
thing,
not you.
and I'm doing it again right now. Like I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again. Like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Where are we, London? Jesus Christ. I knew this game was meant to go deep, but like... I didn't... The whole narrative around...
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more.
Yeah, I mean, that's all...
It's like a disease.
That's all but not really. That's all anyone wants, though. Like, people just want to be told that they are loved. Like, whether something they do is good. I mean, you can find happiness in your own life by just living your own life, doing your own thing, without bothering a person, but feeling loved is a natural part of life. You're allowed to want that feeling. But
Solution.
Obsessing over someone else's work, though, and someone else's love, that's not healthy. Because you will
I
receive...
guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Yeah. That is true. This is very true. Let's try the skepticals.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
The skeptical side of me is still questioning how real this story is. I'm a skeptical guy by nature. I hate darkness. Fuck. Ooh. Spoopy. Wow.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Not being driven by validation. I kind of get
What
that.
now?
What now? A good question.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Alright. Cheers, Davey. Davey boy. We're in Egypt. My mouse has stopped working again. Fuck yeah. Love that when that happens. If the mouse has stopped working, how am I gonna do anything? It might have actually stopped working this time. Oh shit. How am I gonna stop the recording? Help. Oh god. Fuck me. Is there an ending? Or is it just this forever? There's a hole in the ground. I'm gonna fall. I broke my legs. Oh. Whoa, textures. Ba ba ba. Yeah, I mean, I understand some of the smaller messages, and I empathize with some of the smaller messages. The overall story, I guess, is just doing stuff for your own sake. Do what you want to do without fear of judgment or criticism. Just do what you want to do if it makes you happy. I guess? Is that the moral of the story? I'm struggling to work it out. Oh, it's that laser beam, I think. The whisper? Come, shock me. I want to die. I want to get out of this game before my mouse decides to not work. This is a slow walk. No one's watching this at this point, just FYI. If you are watching this, comment 22 Jamboree in the comments. Oh, I'm floating again. Into hell. Oh god. Oh god. I hate that. Everything is a maze. Life is a maze. And you will find your own way through it. That's my interpretation. Maybe it's a QR code from really high up. Are there credits somewhere? I guess not, because he made this. Or the other guy made this. Is this the end? It has to be. Will I just keep floating forever? What does life truly mean? Oh, there it is.
Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles.
A lot of hair, and you have a beautiful voice.
And you're so tired, but I know that you're strong. So turn back, turn back.
Very, interesting and introspective. You really need to look between the lines. Wow. Yeah, you really need to look between the lines to really get any of that. I don't know if there's a necessary, like, a proper message you're meant to take away from this. More so just do whatever you want to do without fear of criticism. Live your life without the fear of other people's judgment, because why bother with other people if they're just going to judge you for what you enjoy, for what you create? Like, you don't have to share what you create, but I don't know. What does this game mean? Like, what does that story and that narrative mean to you? I guess leave it in the comments. For me, I guess it's just reaffirming the idea of just like, even if you are looked down upon for loving something, it doesn't matter. If you love it, if you're not causing harm to others and you love it, just keep enjoying it, I guess. Whether that's just creating your own game, writing your own story, and just living your own life, I guess. It's I don't know, it's hard to really explain. I'm not too sure. Anyway, that was the beginner's guide. Not at all what I expected. I didn't know what to expect going into this, but that was certainly something. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below, and I guess if you want to help a fellow creator's work, I would appreciate it if you follow the link in the description and checked out my book. That would be highly appreciated. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.